My name is Heather Levitt-Doucette. I am the Manager of Instructional Projects at CREC, Capital Region Education Council in Hartford, Connecticut. We're a regional education service center in Connecticut.
All right, I'm Steve Proffitt. I am the Director for Special Education Programs for the State Education Resource Center. We are kind of like the arm to the State Department of Ed around all of our special education work and work to support a lot of our turnaround schools.
There's two main reasons to evaluate this initiative in particular. Number one, it's just the right thing to do. There are a lot of resources being invested in the LRE initiative, making sure that we have a cadre of trainers statewide to support change in practice throughout the state, throughout school districts in Connecticut. The other reason is that, we do have accountability to the federal government and the Federal Department of Education, and want to be able to make the case that by prioritizing this initiative, we are making the best use of the resources that they allocate to the state, and we are having the desired, intended, and positive impacts on outcomes for students and on systems change at the school and district level.
Another reason I feel we need to evaluate, because we don't do enough evaluation. We are very good in school districts to launch initiatives, to launch practices, but we never take the time to really do a deep reflection on, are we improving outcomes? Are we making a difference? Taking that process with the number of stakeholders that we had in the space, it really got each and every one of us to become centered on the same indicators, the same practices.
I guess I would only add that in reference to the process specifically, it was really such great opportunity to collaborate and have dialogue and come to some level of consensus. There's always going to be a little bit of variation in the room, but some level of consensus around why we're doing this and what we expect to happen as a result of doing this. Until you're asked the questions that you all posed as part of this framework and this process, I don't know that this team would have ever come together and actually operationalized and stated, put it out there in writing and really documented what it is we're doing, why we're doing it, what we expect the outcomes to be. So just that conversation alone and that level of achieving that level of agreement is really, really valuable.
So if someone were to ask me what the challenge is school districts and teams don't have the time or don't designate the level of time to really do a true evaluation of professional learning practices.
Opportunities that this process is given to revisit some assumptions about the work, and also some assumptions about the way that we were measuring or accounting for impact and change. So if nothing else, we've had really good conversations about tools that have been around for a while to look at change in practice, to look at outcomes for students, to look at quality of our professional learning and our trainers. And now we have this opportunity to really reassess the quality of those tools, the relevancy of those tools, whether or not they're actually aligned to our overarching questions for the evaluation.
Effective evaluation is that all stakeholders are in the space at the same time, doing the work and in a consistent manner. The true benefit of the cross-organizational team, which is always having multiple perspectives in the space.
we appreciate so much the structure that you lend to the conversations. It would be impossible to engage in this level of reflection, analysis, and planning without support from a team that has this sort of technical acumen that you all bring to the table, in addition to the templates and the protocols and the really well organized structure for each consecutive conversations. The framework and the toolkit that you all have developed, and then the opportunity to partner with you, will increase my personal capacity and the capacity of practice and organization to provide program evaluation services for other initiatives. The opportunity to increase our own technical capacity and then maybe apply it to other initiatives that we partner with the RESC Alliance, SERC, and the Department of Education in the future. That's like a win for us.
I've used the tools that you shared with us already to build capacity within my own consultant team, because of all the tools that you shared with us about, high quality professional learning, the evaluation. The ones that you shared with us, I rolled out immediately to help support our work, because I know it's coming from it's been evidence-based, it's been vetted, it's been tried and true. So that's helped. And really just, moving forward, it definitely showed me the importance of evaluation of initiatives for impact. We don't do enough of that.